people only pay you for two things: what you do or make, or what you know. So what you do or make is when you're delivering services or products, and what you know is when you're delivering information. And the fact is, it's kind of unfair, but people will pay you a lot more in some cases for what you know than for what you actually do. The guy who comes in and consults on your IT and why it's not working makes a lot more than the little guy doing the code who's actually implementing it. And the same holds true in business. Selling what you do or make, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's one-to-one sales, it's trading time for dollars, and you create it, you sell it. You create it, you sell it, you create it, you sell it over and over again, and your business you have to be working for your business to make money. When you sell what you know, you create something once and you sell it for the rest of your life, right? Or maybe even after the rest of your life, okay? Even your children could have it. And we're talking about ebooks, checklists and templates, how-to kinds of things, audio CDs, videos, screen capture videos. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. Home study courses, reports, software. You don't have to develop it yourself. You can get somebody to do it for it. And memberships. These are just a few examples of the kinds of things that you can do. Here is something that I recently created. I'm actually in the middle of teaching this course right now. This product that you see here does not exist. It does not exist as a workbook and DVDs and stuff like that. I've only taught the first class of 3 classes and whatever, but eventually it will look like this. Okay, and then I'll be able to, once I'm recording everything I'm doing, and I'll be able to sell it over and over again. It'll have just as much value to the people who are going to be buying it later as it is to the people who are going through the class right now. I'll be talking to you about this a little bit later. So how do you create information products? Now, what I'm going to tell you today is partly about information products and partly about how you market them. So it's creation and about marketing. Not so much about creation, a little bit more about marketing, since this is a marketing group. But how you create information products, there are three main ways. One of them is to write. And so you have reports, you have ebooks, you have checklists. And so when you want to come up with ideas for titles for what these things are, you can go to the magazine rack in your supermarket. And you'll be able to see incredible titles. And these people have, this stuff has been tested every which way from Sunday, as far as, like how enticing these things are. Because, especially Cosmopolitan. I wish I would have put in one of my presentations, I had a cover from Cosmopolitan. And this magazine has been selling the same stories about how to touch your man on the right way and how to do this and how to do that. The same exact stories in the same exact magazine for 30 years. And somehow they managed to get people to still buy the magazine because the titles of their information is so enticing. So here's one of my little formulas that I share in that course I was showing you. How to get this result in such and such an amount of time without doing this or doing that. So it's the fantasy. How to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks or less without crazy diets or crazy workouts. How to sell your house at a profit in 60 days without remodeling your entire home or selling your soul to a broker. How to do. You can see how this works. So you can actually take that exact formula and come up with a myriad options. It's a little bit unoriginal, but it really works. These two things that I'm mentioning here are just resources. Primo PDF is a free program that you can get on your computer. I think it works on both PC and Mac. That will turn any Word document into a PDF document instantly. It sort of prints it to PDF. And I do believe that the links that are in your document remain, active, which is really important when you change to PDF, because if you have links back to your business in this document that you're selling or giving away, then that is going to allow the people who consume it later to say, oh, go, and I'm going to talk to you because I went to your website.
Oh, cool.
And then this one here, oops, warning. I don't care. I don't care if this whole thing blows up. I'm doing a presentation. Go away. I don't care. We'll renew tomorrow. This little URL here, tinyurl.com/great covers. If you want to create packages like the one I showed you before, some of it's free, some of it's paid. That you can do lots of free things on there. You can I made that myself. That image. I'm not a designer. I made that myself. I just went online to this website. So it's a cool thing. You'll see a few more examples later on in the presentation. So this is the kind of information products that you can write if writing is something you like to do. But if you don't like to write, if you don't feel like writing, you can talk. okay? You can record a conference call. I like freeconferencecalling.com. So you can either just call up on the phone and just talk and no one else has to be there, or you can do it with somebody else and have them interview you like a radio talk show. Sometimes that's nice. You write the questions that make you sound brilliant when you answer them, and then they act as if they're a radio host, and they say, well, here we are with Joe Blow, and he's going to talk to us about X, Y, Z, and then they ask you all these questions that you've fed to them. You answer them, and actually those questions could be, and should be probably, the kinds of questions that you get from your customers all the time. So that's actually the best way to actually put information in your information products, is the kinds of questions that you get from your customers. No matter what your business is, you're going to get certain kinds of questions. You know, how do I sell my house? How do I change my, you know, my plumbing? And how do I lose weight? How do I do these things? And you know, those kinds of questions are the kinds of things you can answer. You can record a free conference call into the telephone. Or if you want to be a little fancy, you can get a program called Audacity. You can get this, I think it's a PC program, but I think it might work. I'm sure that Mac has a similar thing. It's free, and it's a fantastically professional audio recording and editing program that's not hard to use, and you can, so you can just basically get a decent microphone and one of those headsets with a microphone and just create your own recordings.